Infrared lies between the visible and microwave portion of the spectrum. The reasoning behind this is that in the 1800s, famous astronomer William Herschel conducted an experiment measuring the differences in temperature between the colors of the visible spectrum. He placed thermometers within each color, and as the temperature increased from blue to red, he noticed an even warmer temperature just beyond the red end of the visible spectrum. And after that, he discovered infrared light. Some characteristics of the infrared is that the wavelength is between 700 nanometers to 1 millimeter, corresponding to a frequency of 430 terahertz down to 300 gigahertz. The three regions of infrared is that for the far region, it is 300 gigahertz to 30 terahertz. In the mid region, 30 to 120 terahertz, and in the near region, it is 120 to 400 terahertz. Some everyday use of infrared is that it is used in remote controls. This is how it works is by it sends pulse of infrared that spell out a message to the electronic device, which can be either a TV, computer, or a Blu-ray player. And then it sends out a message to change out the volume or channel. If infrared is harmful or helpful. Generally, it is not harmful. Any form of radiation, including visible light or radio waves, could potentially be dangerous if it is highly concentrated in a narrow beam of very high power, mostly in laser beams. We are immersed in infrared radiation every day. Infrared radiation will only be considered dangerous if you place your hand on a hot stove and leave it there. Ultraviolet lies between visible light and X-ray portion of the spectrum. In 1801, Johann Ritter conducted an experiment to investigate the existence of energy beyond the violet end of the visible light spectrum. Knowing that photographic paper would turn black more rapidly in blue light than in red light, he exposed the paper to light beyond violet, thus having the discovery of ultraviolet. Some characteristics of ultraviolet is that the wavelength is between 750 terahertz to 30 petahertz. There are three bands of UV radiation, which are UVA, UVB, and UVC. Some everyday use is getting a suntan by the beach, detecting forged banknotes in shops, and tracing back bodily fluids at crime scenes. UV radiation is harmful to the human body in terms of exposure to the eyes, such as corneal damage, cataracts, and macular degeneration are all possible effects of UV radiation and ultimately leading to blindness. Some skin cancers by UV radiation are basal cell carcinoma BCC, squamous cell carcinoma SCC, and melanoma.